Okay, welcome again to my bow tying, bow making tutorial. We are going to now, this is going to be the video on how to take a regular headband and cover it with our fabric. I have taken just a regular old headband that I got from Michael's. I've cut, every piece of fabric that you cut is going to be different depending on the size of your headband. But mine just wraps around. Just long enough, like so. So that goes all the way around. You notice that my headband gets skinnier when you get to the bottom, so that means you won't need as much fabric down towards the end than you do in the middle, since it's wider at the top. So instead of just explaining this, let me just show you. It's hard to show this because when I'm showing the bottom, the top gets in the way, so I'm going to do the best I can. You always want to leave a little bit at the top so that we can cover it. But the first thing you're going to do is just put a little glue right on the tip there. And just let that stick on. You do not, may I stress, do not need to put glue all the way around here. Number one, it will leave a nice little line of bumpy glue all the way around. You won't really notice it, but there's no reason for it. Just going to pull the fabric all the way around and try and get it even on both sides. Just hoping that these angles you're going to be able to see. Okay, so now I have that on there, and I have it on there really tight. So I've got it real tight, so I'm going to peel this back, add a little bit of glue right there. And that's the first step. The first step is 2 dots of glue on the edge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take care of the tips. It's just going to be kind of hard. So I'll try and hold this down while I show it. This is really too much fabric left on the end, so I'm going to take my fabric scissors and just kind of cut it about right here, just enough to have a little bit come over. At that point, what you're going to do is you're going to cut little boxes out of each side like this. I'm just going to cut just to the tip and then there. So it's like I'm cutting a tab at the top. So that's what I have. And now all I'm going to do is get a little glue and I'm going to fold this over the top. That's going to keep, it's just going to make it look nicer. So I'm going to fold that over. So now the bottom of my headband is nice and taken care of. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side real quick, just so that I can. So I'm going to cut a tab here. I'm going to cut a tab here. Okay, so here's my tab. It's a little bit different size than the other one, but it's not a big deal. Put my glue on the tip here. Fold it over. Oops. Fold it over just like that. Then what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do the whole, I'm not going to do the whole thing for you because it's just, this is the longest part of the project. But you can see how I've got a little bit of fabric here, but I've got a lot down here. So I'm actually going to trim my fabric so that it's kind of equal length. From now I've got an equal amount all the way there. And I'm going to do that over here too. Actually, that looks pretty good. Trying to get that out of the way so you can see. Try and make equal length all the way around. I'm going to do it down here too. You don't want to get too close because you want to have enough fabric to make tabs. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is cut just little tabs all the way. All the way on both sides. So now I've got these little tabs here. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Hopefully you can see that. And I mean, it would be nice if it had a corresponding tab on the other side, but it's okay if you don't. You want to try and cut close to the band, but not all the way to the band. But now you're just going to fold over each piece. So I'm just going to put a little glue there and fold that over. And then, I mean, like I said, this is going to take a while. So I'm going to take that and fold it over. Now, here's something to show you. This is a little bit too long, this fabric right here. So I'm actually going to just trim it. And you can go back at the end and trim all of it on the way down. I'll show you one more time. So we've got that there. We're going to fold this tab over. And that's a little too long, so I'll cut that off. Put another dot there. You don't need a whole lot. You do want to pull it tight. And I got a little bit left over there, so I'm going to clip that. And you're going to do that all the way. Look how nice that looks. You're going to do that all the way to the end. When you're done with that, you're going to take this piece of Melon Mambo and you're going to, a little bit at a time, you're going to glue it all the way on the inside. Just a little bit of it at a time. And it will look like this. So you're covering all of your little tabs that you've done. So that is how to cover a band. Now I've shown you the fabric flower, but I'm just going to show you after let's pretend this is what it looks like. You're just going to take your fabric flower and glue it on. There's no science to it. I would recommend that if you know who this is for, that you would put that little girl in front of the mirror and place this on there just to see, you know, where they like it. They might like it here, they might like it here. Who knows? When I first did it, I kind of did mine a little too much at the top. So try and go to the side a little bit. That's kind of the hip thing to do. Anyway, that's how to line the headband, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.